Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
What's up? I didn't hear anything.
I got it.
I don't even know what you got.
Hey, what's going on? This is Unnamed Sports Show. This is your boy, just in time Josh. Quan is in the building, but acting like a chump. So we're going to go into this live.
That seemed unnecessary.
It's all right. It's all right. It's you know.
My mic does still work though.
Hey, don't chime in.
I can't tell.
Don't chime in. On my left, we have Killer Kareem. How's it going, Kareem?
What up? Exciting weekend. Exciting week coming up, man. I mean, nothing to talk about in sports, huh?
Oh, there's little bits.
There's always
plenty.
There's
always
plenty.
something.
never fails.
We can always talk about baseball.
My mom always used to say,
This is the show we could talk about baseball.
Yeah, sure can. My mom always used to say, he's always used to say, something. One thing about America, there will always be something to talk about. No matter what, something will always come up.
This is America. And we also have Death Star Dave in the building. What's going on, Dave?
Happy to be here, man.
Dave and I had a good conversation before the show.
That kept me out of the loop. It's cool, I'll try and hear what they're
Speaking
talking
in code.
about. No way.
Yeah, Dave.
That's exactly how y'all talk.
That's
too.
all right.
I was walking in the Oz. Whoa. Cream coming. The Oz of the Wire. I got to mix up. Cream coming. Phrasing, boom.
Oh, man. But, yeah, I mean, this weekend we had some college football. My Cubs got swept. Dave, how did your Giants do this weekend? Did you guys do
They're
anything?
iffy, but the Giants are a 500 team. They are right where they should be, pretty much, talent-wise.
Braves just had their 8-game winning streak snapped.
Well, and you guys are benching your best player? Like, what's going on with that?
Whom?
Asuna? Or
Oh,
what's his name?
Acuna? Oh, no.
Asuna.
I don't know the child's name.
Pablo Asuna.
I know how to
As
spell
soon
it.
as you
I
learn
can-
his name, you can talk about him.
I can spell it. I can't
Sooner
spell
or
it.
later, you're going to learn how to say his name.
He had a little gaff the other day. He had a ball off the wall and just kind of chunked it out of the batter's box, and it only became a single, which should have been a double minimum. So he got benched the rest of the game, but he's been back in line ever since then. I don't like when managers do that, because usually when that happens, that's usually when the starts with a relationship. But
Yeah.
hopefully he's just young enough that he doesn't care, doesn't have an ego yet.
But he has an ego, but I think they'll be all right.
I think it will be, but this is a baseball history. This always happens. Manager lost that battle with Bryce Harper.
Yep.
It's happened with Escobar when he was with the Braves. This is one of those things, man. It's a new generation, man.
It's a worry that you don't necessarily need, I would
Right.
say.
Or want.
Especially with such a gifted, super young player. And that team is loaded with
For the
young
future?
talent.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about this, maybe it was off air, but what do you think you should do with Josh Donaldson?
With who?
Donaldson. Or the bringer of pain. Or
The bringer of rain.
The bringer of rain.
The bringer of rain. He's so pretty. So pretty. I don't know if there really is anything we can do. I don't know if I'd like to bring him back, but I think that's where
What's the right price to bring him back?
he made 23 this year. I mean, it's got to be worth a raise. He's probably going to ask for 30. I don't know if he's going to get 30, but
30
that's what he's going to
for
ask for.
Josh Donaldson.
He's a former MVP.
Baseball.
He's former MVP, but I think Austin Riley is going to be the next third baseman. But I'm not going to bore you guys with Atlanta Brave prospect
farm
system talk.
I was talking to somebody the other day. I was like, man, I know a lot of Braves fans. A lot.
the 90s, man, because you know a lot of 90s babies. And the 90s.
That's got to be it.
If you're still a Braves fan right now, you deserve to be a Braves fan.
Yeah, we went through it for a little bit there.
Well, I mean, and you
the
guys
same
never
time-
really fulfilled your promise in the 90s either.
True. No,
You know what I'm
let me
saying?
tell you
Like-
something. People always talk about, oh, my team sucked. Trust me, being good and not winning is worse. Ugh, just every single year is always something. At least
Yeah,
you
I'm
can,
a Bills fan. I definitely agree with that.
yeah, exactly. At least like when your team sucks, you can check out halfway in.
Yep.
All right, well, you know what? Who we drafted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
What's
start,
the draft
start
look
paying
You're
attention to other
invested.
teams.
You're
What's the
invested
farm
to the
system?
last day of the season and don't get it.
When Jimmy G tore his ACL last year, I was like, all right, so what do we need next? When we lost to the Ravens Super Bowl, bruh, I was down till the next NFC Championship game. Just like, no, don't talk football with me. I don't
Really?
want to do it. Can't do it.
My teams have been winning.
And then we lost the NFC Championship game. I really didn't want to talk then. Oh, that was rough. That was a rough 3 years. It was a rough 3 years.
Oh man, no, that's great.
What do you
But-
guys think of the Players Weekend uniforms?
I told you, I almost love anything the Cubs produce. I know you didn't like it.
Well, no,
But-
that was the Little League ones that you showed before.
No, the all white ones. The all white ones that
Yeah,
we
the
wore.
white on white on white.
White
I-
and white was not great.
Like, see, but like
The Deacons?
I don't mind
the
them
white
trying.
helmets those were smooth to me.
They look like
Really?
Backstreet Boys at first
Yeah,
album.
Yeah.
like those white
I'm not sure they had a
helmets
second
were
album.
they were pretty smooth. They were pretty smooth.
That looks like something Steve Harvey would wear to church.
It looks like what LeBron got drafted in.
That's the one.
That was
That's
good.
the one.
That was strong.
But like the all black, it's like it's cool, but I mean it's all
The
black. It's-
Yankees all black ones weren't bad.
Who's
And-
all
and-
black ones? They're all the same.
Well, no,
The
but
Giants
I mean,
all black ones were nice too. They
And
just
no,
have
the
different
Yankees
letters.
pretty much almost wear black like now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah, their
almost-
navy is
Yankee
really
blue is
close to
it's
black.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you asked a lot of people, they would realize like that's blue.
Right. Yeah.
that
right.
is black as all
The
the
very
way.
first time I bought a Yankee hat, I was like, wait a minute. I've been bamboozled. And I was like, this won't go on my black shoes. Guess what? They absolutely did go on my black shoes.
It always does.
It always does.
Oh my
It's
goodness!
doggone
But I'm gonna wear my Cubbies little league jersey soon enough for you. You'll see it.
I think I'm like in the minority on both of these things because I did not like the players. Yeah, the black one's fine, but okay, so black on black looked good. What a shocker!
Yeah, shocker. Yeah. No, I wasn't a huge fan of those ones, but the first ones that you showed us, I kind of like those. Dave hated them.
Those are smooth.
I think I like those more than the Players Weekend ones.
Well, I mean,
here's what I could have used on the Players Weekend ones. Why couldn't you have like trimmed it with like a team color?
Yeah, I would have been sick.
Like the Giants one, if they just trimmed
Like
it with like
orange.
orange.
Yeah.
You know, with a lot of these teams, where like the Cub ones, they just like trimmed it with like a little bit of blue.
they had
that
a
would've
little.
looked
They
so
had a
much
little
better.
bit. They had a little bit,
Not really though.
but it
was
wasn't
like,
enough to pop on TV.
No, not at all.
It was there though. Like I don't know. I didn't watch enough of the games to see like how much of it was on each uniform. But the Cubs did have a little, and I've seen like if you go to buy them, you can see it, but like it didn't pop on TV at all.
Yeah, the all white on white with white hats. That
Come
was
on.
bad.
You saw
on.
a lot of the players like the Cubs were wearing black hats,
Yeah. I mean,
well, no, some
and the MLB was mad.
well, no, I think some players just like Clayton Kershaw yesterday.
Were uncomfortable
in
with all
the
that
Sunday
white?
night game.
Kershaw wore a black hat.
The rest of the teams wearing white hats. He's like, nope,
Yep.
not me.
it's a little uncomfortable. Just throwing it out there. I feel a certain type of way.
It was clannish.
Well,
a little clannish.
I'll wear the black hat.
clanny.
A little,
It was clan
little-
adjacent.
Clan. Had a very
Just didn't think this thing
clandestine
through.
way of doing things.
They just didn't think this thing through, and they're like, all white uniforms.
Yeah, sure. God.
Didn't think about that in St. Louis, huh?
Imagine if I roll up one of those games, I'd be like, ooh.
No, I'm out today.
Don't you want to watch it at the bar? No, not today.
Feels like a
Well,
Klan
either
rally.
that, or you could just imagine that it was like Puffy wearing it while he was rapping about bacon. Don't.
And the other team
Cue-
looked like
cue Faith Evans.
Missy. The other team looked like the Can't Stop the Rain video.
Far prefer that.
Yeah.
I would far
Oh,
prefer
my
that.
goodness, super duper fly. And then college football, week 0. First off, why are we playing so early?
You know
Yeah,
what?
it's just earlier than I remember.
I was okay with it just because one, it gave us like an actual game that
Important
mattered.
game, yeah.
Because everybody can stop with preseason football now and forever after they played an 80-yard field game. Never talk about it. Never discuss it. These games mean nothing.
Preseason is still important.
They
Dave.
mean something.
It's important.
I don't think they mean anything anymore.
It's because you're not trying to make a team. Of course, it doesn't mean anything to you.
Okay, but people are making the team and not making the team in practice.
They are, but they still have to execute.
But there are
Aaron
also,
Rodgers and several other Packers have not played this whole preseason
because their job is not in jeopardy.
Yeah, it's not dependent on them playing.
That doesn't matter.
I get that, but the fact of the matter is,
hey,
you can determine some of these things
there.
that way. You can determine them the other way too.
Okay,
come on.
But
do you really think preseason games, for the most part, mean that much to who teams keep?
Yes, because if you're going to put a player on your practice squad, how does another team know to pick him up? They don't have him on film. They're not recording their practices. Yeah. They can only see what's on film. So it's not just about who's making the team. Well, it's about other guys continuing their career. So if a guy gets cut, but they're going to put him in the practice squad, okay, well, we need a receiver to help in the practice squad.
But they've got film on him from college or other places.
No, but it's
they would have drafted him.
But Dave, I'm going to put it to you just like this. When it comes down to it, though, you hear all the time, like, oh, this player's killing it in practice. This player's doing this. And then they get in the preseason game and it's their deer in headlights. Or they don't actually show up. Like the Redskins have had so many practice my team. They've had so many practice marvels. Jason Campbell was a Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer in terms of the Redskins.
Did you just say
practice.
Jason Campbell?
Yes, I was a daggone season ticket holder, and like I got fed this all the time. Like, oh man, Jason's gonna do something this year. And he would do well in the preseason, and the season would start, and it was like, nope, that's the same Jason Campbell.
But Jason Campbell's a first-round pick. Like he was making the team regardless.
Well, no, but what I mean by that is just like in terms of all the talk that comes out of practice, the coach says everyone looks great. Oh, everyone is doing this, or the
Hard
players
Knock tells you that like this guy's fantastic. Then
he's
you get to the last episode.
Something.
Oh, you want a practice squad deal?
Yeah, basically.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. So like, preseason is still important now. Whether they should change some of the format or that kind of stuff, I don't know. I don't know what they should do because my whole thing with preseason is don't get hurt. I don't want anybody that's important that's actually going to help us get wins to get hurt. If you were, bagging groceries and you break your leg, that sucks. I don't feel terrible.
I'll give you an example. Jimmy Garoppolo looked terrible his first game. Also, Jimmy Garoppolo, the very last time he was on the football field, last time he got hit, he tore up his knee for a whole year. That was the last time he felt any contact at all.
So he shouldn't even be playing right now,
but here's the thing. He has to get hit. Otherwise, that way he played in that game, he's going to play in game one. He has to get hit because his last time taking a hit, his whole season ended.
So how many preseason games do you need?
Oh, if you're a starter,
one.
You need a quarter.
I'm saying as a team.
Well, these
do
rosters.
You need 4 preseason games?
No, absolutely not. Nah.
Two maybe
good.
3. 3 is like pushing it. 3 is like with the Hall of Fame game.
I will say 3 only because that first game nobody plays anyway. And you're cutting
and
down
the fourth game.
You're cutting down from a lot of players.
Fourth game nobody plays. The
first game nobody
plays. Second game your starters play a little bit.
They think
but these guys are also getting paid by week. So the guys who don't make a team, they're still getting a paycheck for that.
That's right.
You take away a preseason game, you take away a week they're getting paid.
That's right.
So it has benefits, and they're not.
The money.
They can't.
Double the money.
That's the only way because they're not going to agree to take away a week of players' pay.
Yeah.
Without without some kind of give and take from the union.
No, there would have to be a give and take, but I think the players would happily vote for the NFLPA would happily vote for preseason games to go away.
Yeah.
Happily.
You think the Players Association will
vote
but
for
then
you're not
all those injuries.
We'll see, but the only thing is
you're not representing all the players if you take them away.
But in taking them away, does that add games to the season, which it would?
But the NFLPA only represents the people that are playing currently. So the people that are playing currently, they're like, it's fine by me. It's also more of a chance that I keep my job.
Right.
So it's also more of a chance that I get hurt.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's more of a chance you get hurt playing preseason games.
Well, but if you add those 2 season games to it, and now instead of me not having to play those 2 games because I'm a starter, now I have to play 2 games, there's more chance for me to get hurt.
But do you have to, especially if you're an established starter?
No, I'm saying if we take away the preseason games and we add them we tack them onto the regular season.
Oh, never.
I'm a
starter.
Know
my thoughts on that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
not.
A starter, so I still have to play those games.
No,
I'm not going to play those games.
Then play more preseason games before you add more to the regular
season.
Here's
my thing, and the thing about it is there's nothing you can do. Preseason, regular season, if you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt because it's a brutal game. That's the main problem. The main problem is the game is brutal. So people are going to get hurt. You can take away preseason games, and they could still get hurt in week 2.
Get hurt
it's
in
a brutal
practice.
game. It's all about luck. Some people get lucky and they don't get hurt. Some people get unlucky. That's just the way it is. Injuries are part of it. It's gonna happen.
Speaking of luck and injuries,
And there we go. Segway. Hey, Captain Segway up in here.
Wow.
that was
Thanks for that.
both shocking and man, I was upset at those people in Indianapolis.
Yeah. You know what?
That's a horrific crowd reaction.
Somebody asked if that was like the most shocking story that you'd ever heard, and then I remembered Gilbert Arenas pulled like 6 guns into a locker room and said, "Pick one."
Yeah.
Then I remembered, no, the NBA has one way more shocking than this every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that will always be more shocking.
And then,
But I mean, it's just
I
and
just
also,
couldn't believe it.
just imagine you're a Colts fan. Think of that fan base. You went from a decade and a half of Peyton Manning
To
almost right into
what,
Andrew
7
Luck.
years? 7 years? 6 years? It's been 6
2012,
years.
you got drafted.
Yeah, 7 years.
12,
7
11,
years.
13, 14,
Yeah,
15, 16, 17, 18.
I mean, barring
but also he missed a year.
Luck
So
missed,
8 years played, 8 years played and missed a
Luck
year.
missed a year, and then you had the year in between when Peyton couldn't turn his neck.
Yeah.
It's like,
When I drafted him, by the way.
look at
That was the year I drafted him too.
Only year I ever had him.
I was so blown. I was like, whoa, what do you mean that he's not playing?
He'll be back. He's never missed a game.
He'll be back by week 1.
Anyway, go ahead.
Week 3 of the preseason, I started freaking out.
Yeah.
I was like, so anybody want to trade? I ended up lucking into Tim Tebow that year, though. Halfway through the year. No, that was the year Tebow was going nuts.
Well, it was only a year.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was Tebow time.
I just don't like the entitlement of fans. I mean, yes, you pay for your ticket, you cheer your team, you can boo your team, you can do whatever you want. But I mean, have some class. The man's whole love of the game is taken away. You can't play in the state that he's in. You're gonna end up with more injuries.
It's the only thing he's ever want to do his entire life, and he has to give it up because, like the man said, he's been in pain for 4 consecutive years. Been either in pain or in rehab.
Yep.
Yeah.
So either in pain, having surgery, or recovering from surgery for 4 years in a row. That's like the last election we had.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ugh,
uh,
that's the truth.
but the thing about it is, like, this is 2019. It's not like it was a surprise as to why he was retiring. So when that crowd found out at the same time we found out, and the second we all saw it, we all knew he's retiring because he's in pain.
Of course.
We all knew it. So if we knew it, they knew it. So to just be booing when he's walking the field, there's no, well, they're in shock. They knew it, and then the half of the game played. They had an hour and a half to talk about it amongst themselves, and then he went off the field, and then they still did that booing thing.
Well,
and
the sad thing is, man, it seemed like all the people that were booing him, they all looked a lot like me.
gee, boy.
I didn't see black people booing him.
Well,
I mean,
it's
not
Indiana
not
too.
too many
Yeah,
black
that's
fans
also
in Indiana.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, well,
Granted, it's a Colts game, but
had a lot of all white uniforms outside that stadium too.
yeah,
Anyway,
it did start somewhere. And
it started some. It's weird though. They didn't boo Mike Pence, though. That's crazy.
They did not.
Sure didn't. I saw.
Isn't that his state?
That's his state. Yep.
Oh well, I mean, you're not gonna boo him.
No. I mean, when he went to the game and walked out of the game, you remember that?
Oh,
Yeah, no, I remember
his
that.
photo op.
When his photo op.
His photo op.
When he knew exactly what team he was playing and
Exactly.
decided then he was gonna walk out. Come on, Mike Pence. Well, don't come on, Mike Pence. Go away. But
Dudes have already done that many times.
yeah, that's not. I'll take your word for it.
Come on, you know.
Come on. I have the same internet you got. But
I have eyes.
I saw. I didn't. That's not how I found out. I saw this like a fake. Again, I must disclaim this by saying, number 7 is never playing in the NFL ever again.
That's correct.
Stop talking about it.
Please.
It's not happening. Period. End of story. That's
It would be
that.
nice.
Anyway, so I saw like a fake meme, whatever, saying that they signed. I'm gonna say his name because he deserves that. That they signed Colin Kaepernick, but it was fake. And if you see the comments underneath, like it's still bad. It's still like, well, I'll never. I mean, they thought it was real. I'm never supporting the Colts ever
I'll
again.
burn that stadium down.
They
Like,
should. I mean, but look, why wouldn't you sign him?
I could see signing him for backup. I could see it.
2 words: Jim Irsay. There's no chance he's doing it.
Really?
You could say that.
Why
for
would Jim
almost all.
Irsay? Jim Irsay's actually usually been very like.
Who do you think?
above-
Who do you think got Mike Pence that ticket?
Well, I mean,
Come
listen,
on, man.
I mean, but that's also a good photo op for my team as well. sometimes billionaires, they don't care. I only
Yeah, but-
care about
Right, I
brains.
understand.
But
Yeah.
you have to remember, you're thinking it's a good photo op for your team, for a lot of the people out there. But for the people that hang out with those billionaires,
Yeah.
they don't want to hear that from them.
No, that's true.
The people that they hang out with are not fans of Colin Kaepernick in any way, shape, or form.
There might be, listen, in a room full of those 32 owners, there might be 3 who are like, yeah, I get it. Cool. Might be 3.
Yeah, one's Shad Khan,
Who?
the Jaguars owner.
He's full of it. He's full of it. That dude is a MAGA
Super billionaire.
MFer.
Which of them isn't though?
There's some that are.
What's the name? The owner that's moving here. He's the brokest owner.
Yeah, he's the brokest one.
You think?
No, I don't think it's documented.
Well, I know. Well, we all know he's the brokest owner, but you think that guy?
No, well, I could tell you
Well,
this.
being the brokest is still richer than
I can
all
real
of us
easy-
a million times over.
I can real easy see a red hat over that dumb haircut.
Well, you should see any type of hat over that haircut.
Yeah.
Who are the teams?
Hat, comb, stylist.
It's over.
Anything to help that situation is
Look
positive.
like a Floby.
Dude,
Oh,
It's
my
bad haircut.
goodness.
I'm sorry.
it's not good. Yeah, but I think Mark Davis. I think the Yorks. I'm not 100% sure.
Who?
The Yorks from Santa Clara. I think, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm trying to think.
You
of-
might be right on that one.
Yeah.
Actually,
but I'm trying to remember who the other one is. Oh, Seattle guy.
No, he's not the brokest.
Not broke. I'm
brokest.
I'm talking about not MAGA. He ain't broke. He's the richest one. You kidding me?
Oh! You talking
Wait,
about who's
he's
the
dead.
richest? Yeah, Paul. I remember
Oh,
Paul Allen
Paul
died.
Allen died.
Paul Allen died. So I was when you said that, I was like, did they get a new owner already? I was trying to figure that out because I was like,
I
maybe
think it stayed in his family.
yeah. I think it's in his trust. I think it's like a trust. Now.
And as
Trust
we-
and believe.
Just
I
trust
was,
in
I was
case.
I was doing fine, and then
Trust
you had
in-
to
trust
see
in
you
Timberlake.
start bringing those things out there, and there's nothing else for me.
Yeah, and as we all know, not all beliefs go through the family. So just because he wasn't doesn't mean the next guy
Correct.
is. But he did live in Seattle, and they're very depressed, and they like Nirvana a lot. So maybe
Anything's
and
possible.
they drop out of high school a lot.
Everything you said is true.
It's all true.
It also rains.
Listen, I could have went further.
Yeah.
13 reasons why not. Anyway,
Whoa.
what? No, it's out.
Well, all right. Well, look, since we're still talking about the NFL, I just want to go through a couple of the teams since we're talking about preseason not being relevant.
Okay.
Think about. I just want you guys to say what teams you actually are worried about, or this means nothing because it's preseason. Jacksonville 0-3. They got a new quarterback. Quarterback's always been the issue since the last 3-4 years when they've actually started to really develop a defense. They're 0-3. Are they in trouble? Not in trouble.
Nothing.
Not in trouble.
Not in trouble. You
they
feel
probably-
like they can turn it on with Nick Foles.
probably-
Because they have so many guys
I don't even
sitting.
think it's that. I think they're just they want to get that defense ready for week 1.
Yeah,
They
if you have a tough defense, you don't unleash them at all in preseason.
and
Yeah.
they're getting
It's just
one of,
extra hits on them too.
and they're getting one of their best pass rushers just now back in the camp. Probably not trying to beat up Fournette.
Yeah.
Definitely
probably
not trying to do that because he's always getting hurt.
Yeah.
Probably not showing their full offense either with the new quarterback.
Yeah. Because they have a new coach too, right? I feel.
Yep.
Dude,
Yeah.
offensive coordinator, right? Not coach. I think they got a new coordinator.
Yeah, they brought in a new
I think
coordinator.
I think they brought in a guy. He used to.
Yep, you're right. No, it's still Doug Marrone.
Yeah.
Doug Marrone's still the coach.
Bad coach.
Look, but here's the thing. I guess we'll never know because who wouldn't look bad
The Bills.
with Blake Bortles?
Yeah. Well, now the Blake Bortles excuse is gone. Not that Foles is a great quarterback.
But we don't know that Foles is great. We know that Philly was great. They did great
Foles
with
is,
him.
Foles is. I don't know how Foles. Has,
He's Foles gold.
Yes. Listen. I don't know how many times that man has fooled someone into another great contract. But
He
has
did it
fooled-
again.
He has
No,
fooled
just
3
once.
What? No.
A great contract?
Bro,
Oh,
he
no,
had
he
a
had a
great
big
contract in
contract
St.
before.
Louis.
With whom?
St. Louis.
A
Yeah.
big contract?
Yes.
He was
It
getting
couldn't be
like
that big. He was
getting
out in
like-
a year.
No, he was getting like no.
He was on like a year or two.
No, 2.
Yeah, he got money.
But he got
Man,
it
let me
was
see about this.
Joe was guaranteed. Best believe he snatched about 35 out of there.
35. Nick. shot out. Oh, that's right. You know what? He did have that big season in Philly.
Yeah,
That's right.
remember he had a huge season under Andy Reid.
He
left.
No.
Yes.
Chip Kelly.
No, Andy Reid.
Chip Kelly. Trust me when I tell you this.
I'm pretty sure it was Kareem on that one. It was the Chip Kelly year.
Chip Kelly's first year.
Andy Reid.
No.
Because everybody thought it was going to be somebody else, and Nick Foles was the one that.
These are the times that I need everybody.
Now, this is the year. So this is after. What's his name? It's after Vic was. Vic was 2009 or 10. 2010.
Oh, I can't give you that.
Yeah, I don't remember anymore.
9 or 10.
I'm
it was Vic was 2010, and then 11 is when they had the Dream Team. I know that was when Harbaugh first got there.
That was hilarious.
And that was the year that Andy Reid got let go.
The Dream Team.
He had an 8-2 record in 2013 in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Then he played and went 6-2 in 2014. Left, went to St. Louis,
right,
and went 4-7.
Well, yeah, that's not what we're talking about, though.
Well, but he also had like crazy.
When did Chip Kelly get there?
He had crazy stats.
We're talking about when did Chip Kelly get there?
Let me see. He had 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yep, that was Chip Kelly year.
That was Chip Kelly.
Andy Reid's pretty great. But...
So you could say that Foles was a chip off the old block?
No, you couldn't.
Could you?
You could say that. Chip off the Foles block.
Oh my god. Why did I say Chip Kelly Wackles in my Google?
Chip what?
I'm sitting there looking at Dave, and I typed in Chip Kelly Waggles.
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 Oh my god, that's tragic.
Yeah, either way, but yeah, he did get. But see, he even came back the next year. Wasn't that great? Then he did end up with the Rams. I don't know how big his contract was though.
It was
because
so we've decided Jacksonville we're not worried about. Who's okay. On your worried list?
All right, so the Lions, 0-3.
I think Stafford is good.
They were 4-0 when they went winless.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
But I also think Matt Patricia I thought was a horrible defensive coordinator.
He's trash.
And
why do you think he was a bad defensive coordinator?
Because he was bad at his job.
It was very clear. Why. The worst defense that they had, bro. His last game in New England was in the Super Bowl, and they gave up 50 points. Like, come on, man.
To Nick Foles.
He was the only one. He was the only coordinator. He literally only got his job because he's a white dude who coached for the Patriots. It's the only reason he got his job.
Because he's a white guy? I mean, Romeo Crennel. Hey, and Romeo Crennel got multiple opportunities in Cleveland.
Hold on, here's the difference. Romeo did a good job as a coordinator.
Well,
I mean,
he was great. He was fantastic at it.
He was great for a long time.
He was great at defense.
Matt Patricia just had a pencil.
Yeah, Brian Flores was.
By the way, one quick question: how do you have a pencil behind your ear with a laminated sheet? And this guy's supposedly a rocket scientist.
So
Get out of
here! Stick into his veins because he's terrible. Anyway.
All right. So the Lions are fine.
I just kidding.
What you're saying.
I think Matthew Stafford is good, but I mean, I think they have bigger problems. I don't think the preseason is indicative of anything for them.
Anything for them, okay.
Any problems bigger than they already had.
They brought in like a whole new, like not a whole new, but a bunch of guys in the front seven. I doubt they're really shooting those guys out there too.
All right, Chargers 0-3. Melvin Gordon situation.
Chargers is a big deal. You know why? Because every game the Chargers play is a chance for somebody important to get hurt, because that always happens to the Chargers.
Well, and look, and I'll say this too.
No matter what.
Every opportunity that the Chargers have to steal more fans in LA to come to that small stadium.
That will never happen.
No. But look, listen to me. Like when I say in terms of you need to win in LA to make people care about you, to make people want to come. So if you're going to be winless in the preseason,
I'll give them a little more credit than that, because I mean,
just saying,
it's not their first time seeing a sport. Like they. I mean,
and you have to. Nobody in LA likes the Chargers. Nobody.
LA.
The only team they wanted was the Raiders.
Yeah,
and they didn't get them.
I mean, old guys wanted the Rams.
Some old guys that saw Deacon Jones.
Yeah. Saw Deacon Jones head slap people.
Let's see what's my running back? Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson. That's all they got.
I thought you meant Lawrence Phillips.
Did you ever hear a comedian told this? You ever hear the Deacon Jones story?
Which one?
Because he was talking about, he was in an interview, and you know, like sometimes people when they try to be politically correct, like from Deacon's era, they say things that are far worse. And he's like, "When you go upside a man's head or a woman," and you're like, "Deacon, no, Deacon, no."
Or a woman.
Listen, and he probably thought he was being so like non-sexist.
he's like-
like
yeah,
that was
exactly.
I'm including women too. No,
that
no.
was not when you include women.
No,
That's when you
that's-
leave them
that's
way
exactly-
on the periphery.
This one,
The hard pass.
Ain't nobody burned their bras for this one, bro. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hard pass. On
Yeah,
the,
hard.
on the-
Especially a Deacon Jones head slap.
Yeah, no kidding. That would decapitate a man.
Oh my goodness.
Or woman.
A football player would never decapitate a woman. Never. Anyway, next.
Oh.
Locals.
2019. So let's see. Next one, we have the Atlanta Falcons, who are 0-4, but not just 0-4. They're 0-12. They've lost the last 12 preseason games.
They don't care. They
I
were
but-
just in a Super Bowl not that
They're-
long
they're-
ago.
they're-
Yeah,
a
and,
veteran team.
and how long has it been since then?
Julio is fine.
No, but their
And healthy.
coaches quietly on. Quinn is quietly on. He's on a warm seat. He's not on a hot seat.
Because he's been in a hot seat since he was up 28-3. So I mean this doesn't change the temperature at all.
I'll tell you what, man. Like that team, low key, like they've been entertaining. They've had good offense the last couple of years. I wonder if their front office is in trouble because
Well, remember Quinn's
trying to
also
get-
defensive
trying to get-
coach.
right,
Defensive coach.
right.
And
But
their
they've been trying to
defense
get pass rushers for how many years, and
They got
that's
nothing.
really quiet.
Yeah.
They've gotten guys who like, hey,
Supposedly
we
we're
can
going to be great.
hurry the quarterback. We don't really get to them. Like
Yeah.
they're a weird team. They're always.
Let's hear the Redskins.
They're never
and then
bad.
They get like 8 sacks, but neither here nor there. We still won.
You keep saying unless you're the, and then the mic just goes out.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't even.
It's like a weird flaw in the system.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blip in the matrix, which telling.
That's right.
It's okay though. He talked to a guy.
We're all good now.
And Steve once heard of a guy who got killed by a hammer. Anyway, keep going.
Oh my god. Let's see. The Rams, last team. Rams are 1-2.
I am not worried about them in the least. I think
They're
that
not worried about them.
McVay, after the work that his offense got done on it in the Super Bowl last year, I think that guy is smart. I think he was in the lab all summer, and I think he's coming out in the regular season. With the exception of Gurley being hurt, I think they're guns blazing. They are going to surprise people.
Why did we ever allow
Who's
him
going to be
to
surprised
interview?
by them?
Why did we ever allow him to interview anybody anywhere?
I don't think anybody be surprised by it. I mean, they're a pretty well-known team. The only thing that I think they probably have to worry about was how's Cooper Kupp going to come back. Other than that,
That's a pretty big one.
I heard somebody say that it was actually Stefania Bell on ESPN. She said, and she says, I'm always worried about ACL injuries. I said that. She says, I'm not joking when I tell you this. It literally looks like nothing ever happened to him. Like he looks even faster.
But
Wow.
And doctors don't ever say that.
I also saw that, but also I was thinking of a similar type player would probably be somebody like Julian Edelman.
Yep.
Julian Edelman seemed to come back
Just fine.
just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, he has PED things in his past,
Well,
but
there's also that.
In his past and his present.
Yeah, that's Julian Edelman also had like a whole year.
yeah.
Cooper Kupp got hurt like week 8 last year, like week 10, something like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you the injury's right, the healing happens quickly. Everybody's different.
And we're talking about physical freaks here, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's possible. It can happen. I know I'm not drafting him. Not on my radar at all.
Not on your radar at all.
Never heard of her.
Oh my god.
Radar.
All right. So we can get in some U.S. Open since we can actually talk about tennis today. Look at that. Look at that.
I gotta talk about U.S. Open.
it's a little early for US Open
It
on,
started
like, day
14
one.
seconds ago.
We got no stop sign. I'm feeling uninhibited.
Let me tell you something.
It's unnamed,
Usually there's a
unnamed
stop
and
sign.
free.
There's a 10-minute conversation about why there's a stop sign, which doesn't really change anything anyway.
So let's see. Serena beats Maria
That's
Sharapova.
not even news.
Wait. 6-1. She is 20-2 all time versus Sharapova.
I don't even think that's probably like the worst beating she's ever given Sharapova.
That's crazy.
Probably not even her best record against
Sharapova is a Hall of Fame tennis player. That was in her era.
Yeah.
How is that possible? 20-2? And how many times do you think has that been in like a Grand Slam final?
that much
Because
better.
it's been at least maybe 5-6 of those.
I
that
think
were in
Sharapova
finals.
beat her one time in the final, didn't she? Or maybe that was Venus.
I think she
But it
beat,
was like
she beat
she
but it
Venus.
was like
Venus.
2005. Yeah, like
she
2005.
beat
Something like that, yeah.
Serena would never.
Not happening. Not on my watch.
Like Serena saw her like this after because everybody was looking for that. Not everybody, but like a lot of the media was looking for that Great White Hope tennis player to get evil,
the Russian,
annoying Serena. Knock her off,
here's the
and
thing, man.
Serena was not taking it.
I don't want it to sound bad. Sharapova was a great player. She's a great player, and she was that next person in line.
Yeah,
Serena's just that good.
Oh, she ruined her career.
Who's the other one? The other girl that was supposed to be like so good that's now best friends with Serena. Like her and her the two of them are like absolute best friends.
Oh,
she dated
Clijsters.
No, not Kim Clijsters. She dated Rory McIlroy.
Right, it's not Clijsters.
No,
blonde chick.
Yeah, but not
It was
Kim
a different one.
What's her name?
Different
Not Kim Clijsters.
We don't all look the same, Kareem.
Kim Clijsters had a lip. This one doesn't have a top
Clijsters
lip.
was like kind of ugly, huh? Ooh, I mean,
what? Oh,
no, I said her game.
I
Her
know
game's a little
exactly who
ugly.
you're talking about.
You
The
know
name,
what I'm talking
the
about.
name is
Hold
flat
on,
out.
This
escaping
one's
me.
kind of like
Hold on.
she's kind of attractive,
I
right?
got you.
She's kind of attractive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's had her moments. for
I know
sure.
who you're talking about, and the name is
I got
escaping
it.
me.
I got it. Give me a second.
It's
I'm
yet
pulling it
another
up.
career that Serena ruined.
Absolutely ruined.
It's funny how the greatest of the greats just
I guess he
Carolyn Wozniacki.
Wozniacki.
That's who it was. Carolyn Wozniacki.
she married somebody else.
Yeah, because
Yeah, she married somebody.
Rory McIlroy is not married to her. Found that out pretty quick.
We got a caller?
Yes. What do you think that means?
Yeah.
Hi, caller.
Yeah, can you guys quit talking about tennis?
Oh my
boo.
God.
Boo.
Boo this man. Boo this man and mute his mic.
Appreciate you guys.
I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, Click.
You're lucky I don't have control of my hang up feature over
Hey
here.
guys, first time, long time.
First time calling.
Long
Every time
long
being on the
listener.
show.
So I never really get that shout out from the
Real
producer.
quick, what does this mean?
I don't know.
What else would it
This
mean?
is
Well, no.
Did
I
he,
had
did
my
you think
back
he
to
was
you.
surfing? Did
I
you
had
think
my,
he was surfing?
No, I had my back to you, so Kareem goes, I think we have a call. So I like look, and
never
I was
said
like,
that.
oh, we have a caller?
Never said that one.
Well, you said Quan.
Yeah.
You said Quan. And so I looked.
Nope, not even that.
Anyway, I've given this more
He
oxygen than it
says
needed.
this, and you're like, Shaka, bro.
Well,
Oh my God.
you know what?
No. Hey. Do you know where that actually comes from? Do you know where this comes from?
From 1993 Monday
No.
Night Raw
No,
with
you're wrong.
Doink
You're wrong.
versus Crush.
No, you're wrong.
That's right.
Do you want me to tell you where it actually comes from?
Oh, you mean I'm wrong?
Not really.
Yeah.
Oh, well then
Come
please.
on.
I really don't care. But go
I
ahead.
want to know.
forget
I
it.
want to know.
Forget it, Dave.
I want to
Dave-
know. Just like
Dave
Joe
ruined the
said.
moment.
Just like Joe said. I want to know
You're not
where this
pulling
comes
Joe,
from.
dude.
I
wanna
want to know.
It came from a guy that actually used to work in the pineapple fields. He lost his fingers. I'm being dead serious. It's actually not even funny. And and so like how he would like let people know that like he was, I forget what it was like he was doing.
Hold
in the
on.
field.
So you mean to tell me that this
Those
whole
are his
hang
only
loose
fingers?
thing came from one dude in the
One
fields
dude.
who lost his fingers?
One dude.
Like he's the only one that ever happened
He was
to.
a big guy. He was for whatever reason everyone knew him, and he would do this to like let people know that like the crop or something was anyway. He lost his fingers, and so these are the only two fingers he had. Dead serious.
That's a
where it
lot of
comes from.
influence. You got to hand it to him.
2 fingers by me over there.
Who was his favorite singer? Who was his favorite singer? Prince.
Oh my God.
Because he didn't have any. Forget it.
You know what?
Anyway.
I'll see you with diamonds and
Let's-
pearls.
let's-
Anyway,
let's help Quan out. Let's get back to the NFL. I have one quick question.
All
now
right,
you
all right.
brought up the teams that you should be worried about. Now I think your better question is
Who's
which of the teams
3-0?
are
Yeah.
for real?
Okay. All right.
That's-
All right.
that's what I was
I'll look
thinking
that.
about.
I'll look
Because
that up.
I think that's more
That's a
usually
better-
more fool's gold than anything else.
Yeah. No. That's a good point. It's a fair point.
Plus, I know that Quan is gonna turn off the bikes if we talk about tennis on the
I'm not gonna
first day
lie.
of the U.S.
I'm not
Open
gonna
any
lie. I
longer.
was just like, why again?
Not on day one.
Because we're allowed to.
Caroline Wozniacki.
we're gonna make this thing happen. All right, let's see. Standings. All right, New England's 3-0. Good.
They will be fine.
Your Bills 3-0.
No, come on.
3-0. 2-0
Come
on
on.
the road.
Oh wow.
They have scored 75 points
Yeah.
and only allowed 50. They're plus 25.
Whoa.
New England has scored 63 and has allowed 23. They're plus 40.
I'm going to tell you something. New England's winning that division
Good
yet
gracious.
again.
Good gracious. All right. The Steelers coming off a lot of the noise, 3-0.
I mean, I think they're in possibly the most difficult to predict division.
Yeah.
I mean, at least to me personally.
Yeah, I
this
feel like
this coming year.
There's 3 teams that are just.
Yeah, outside of Cincinnati, I don't.
It depends. I
you could
mean,
tell me either-
for me,
any
it
one of
just
the three.
depends on what is Lamar Jackson really. Like, how much does he really
Well, that's what I'm
evolve?
saying. That's
You know what I mean? Like, that's really the more.
His boomer bust.
It's huge.
It's bigger
His
than
ceiling
everybody
and
else's.
floor is
Yeah,
very
it's bigger
big.
than everybody
Well,
else's.
because if he could actually throw passes,
they have a chance.
I mean, that's a very different story.
One thing
Yeah.
I've liked about him, though, if you listen to him talk, he's embracing this the being a better passer.
Embracing the side of his job.
No,
requires
right?
him
No,
to
but
let
I
the
mean,
ball go.
he's not like I remember Kaepernick's last year or second to last year, whatever year it was, and the owner was on the radio talking about, yeah, we have a guy who else can run a 90-yard touchdown. In my head, I was like, who cares? That's not how you're gonna win. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Lamar Jackson is really embracing this. Listen, last year I was terrible. Y'all saw it. Threw a whole lot of ducks. That's how he talks. It was great.
Did he
does.
say it like that?
Oh no, he didn't. Y'all saw. No, it's what he said. He said y'all
That is-
saw it.
that is
a
how
lot
he
of
says it.
ducks. A lot of ducks. It's the greatest thing. And right then after rooting for him. Right then, he's like, y'all
Just
saw
'cause
it.
you
lot
can-
of ducks.
you can put
lot
yourself
of
out there
ducks.
like that?
Yep.
I'm
And
a
I
cheer
was
for you,
like,
young
come
man.
on, kid, let's do this.
I'm a cheer for you,
Let's
young
go,
man.
Lamar. Right then. So
Oh,
he's
man.
like, and he's doing everything. He's putting that back foot down. He's letting it go.
Yeah.
Well, and you
We'll
have
see
to
how it translates, but
you got to give guys who've just physically dominated people their entire lives
Credit for trying.
People were ready to write him off after that 1 year. He was bad last year. I mean, listen, he was a great runner, but he was bad. He
couldn't
was
throw.
a bad
Can't-
quarterback.
can't
Well,
throw.
he got
Could not
exposed in the
throw.
playoffs. For
Well,
sure.
because
extremely exposed.
because everybody knew it's like, okay, you're going to get him in a playoff game, and they're going to game plan very specifically
Against
Yeah.
the hot-
No
against-
chance.
to not lose.
against the hottest team going in the playoffs too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the team that you just played and saw your
Yeah.
game plan
like
two, 3 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
Easiest money I ever won.
And he, but you also get to see a lot of the times these
A lot of
guys
ducks.
A
they
lot of
fit-
ducks. A lot of
they
ducks.
learn from stuff like that. You know, to be as good as he was, you have to have a lot of pride in yourself.
Yeah.
And
And you also got to realize too that him running that as athletic as he is has helped his passing.
Yeah.
It's made the reads so much easier because nobody in college can keep up with it. I mean, yeah, 1 or 2 players maybe a defense on the elite
yeah,
teams.
they had to play like Clemson.
Yeah, right. They played Clemson
Once
or,
a year.
or Florida State back then. when they
One
had-
time.
when they had Derwin James or
Yeah.
blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had a guy or 2 or 3 that could probably keep up, but they got to run through a whole lot of stuff to get to you.
Yeah.
The NFL, there's 8 or 9 guys who can catch you from behind.
Yeah.
So
Consistently.
yeah. So in college, I mean, the reads were easy. You knew what defense had to play against you because you could outrun everybody. You knew where the ball was going before the snap every single time. And that adjustment's
One-
it's not easy.
One read offense.
Yep.
A lot
Yep, yep.
easier to just make one
A
read.
lot of ducks.
Well,
a lot
and,
of ducks.
and
A
here's
lot
the
of
thing:
ducks.
if he progresses to be a multiple read quarterback, he'll already be better than Dak Prescott.
Okay. All right.
Please,
Dak
all your phone
Prescott.
calls to
You can
Dave,
direct them
Death
all to
Star
me.
Dave.
Oh no, that's
You
fine.
all know Dak sucks.
I love it. Yo,
I don't
he's
think Dak sucks.
he's not trash. but he's
He
not-
doesn't suck, but he is a one read quarterback.
Yes, he.
I don't
he
think
like,
he's a one-read quarterback.
Listen.
anymore.
The second you actually don't
One
have to
read.
load the box, he's a different man.
Come on, Quan must be
He's-
sick.
What? Quan don't think Dak Prescott's any good?
No, not that.
What?
Load the box. Come on.
What? Load?
Oh, too late now.
I mean, that's not a football term. Anyway. Okay.
some
NFC
things can
South.
be both.
The AFC South is in trouble. 1 and 2 is the top record. The Titans and Houston both are 1 and 2.
Titans
Jacksonville and Indy are both 0 and 3.
Listen, if you're Houston, their whole determination is if they deal Clowney. That's all
Why? They
because
do not
the
need to
only
do
other
it.
thing they're worried about is Deshaun Watson. You stay as healthy as can be.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody touch you in
If
the
they
preseason.
cared about Deshaun Watson being healthy, they would draft as such.
That's what I don't understand either. Indy could have done this years ago.
I wonder why they're just not. Listen, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but at some point there had to have been like, listen, I'll give you Trent Williams, you give us Clowney, call it a day. That
I don't
had
want
to have
him.
been
I
approached.
don't need him. I got Ryan Kerrigan
Clowney can play.
and the young boy,
Really?
Well, and-
Montez Sweat.
There you go.
well, here's the
Oh, well, I mean, I know his
from
name.
everything I'm seeing, reading, hearing, the Redskins are being ridiculous about Trent Williams.
Sorry, who?
Yes.
Oh, I said it.
Huzzah.
Oh,
The Washington
Huzzah!
professional football team
oh,
is
man.
they're like because
Space Force.
the Patriots offered
That's
them
a big statement.
Big statement.
the Patriots offered them a first and they turned them down.
A
Yes,
lot
we
of
did.
ducks.
Why do we want the 30th pick in the first round? That does
you
nothing
have-
for me.
Because you have two
You
of
want-
them.
You
can
know
package
where
them.
he can go? He can go to Charlotte. He can go to Carolina.
Why can't he go to the Patriots? Say like the team is
I
going to
don't
see him
want
in the
him to
playoffs.
go win.
Why not?
I'd
Oh,
send him.
wait. You're
What are you
saying,
holding against him?
wait. You're saying the 30th pick in the draft like this is the NBA. Nobody wants the 30th
Yeah.
pick in that draft. The
I
NFL
don't want
30th
it.
pick in the draft is good.
Bump that.
And you
Get-
you can package them.
Listen, this is like franchise.
That's what she said.
This is franchise in Madden. I am straight up only trading to you if I
That-
know you're gonna be a trash
That is
team
true.
and I want a top
except
15.
it's literally not. Now, what they
Yeah,
can,
it'd
they
be
can-
nice if you could do things like
Yeah.
that, but that's not the
they can
real
also,
world.
And
I
here's
know
the
they're
thing,
gonna be
they can
trash.
also use that 30
Cardinals.
that
Take 'em.
30th pick and whatever. I mean, if you think they're going to be trash, so do me and Quan. That's why I made that bet. Then you can package those two picks. You move up in the first round. There's a lot of things you could do with a number 30 pick in the draft.
Sure. A lot more you can do with a 15. Like keep it.
But you're not going to get a 15.
Like keep
Anybody
it.
that bad trading for a left tackle?
Yeah,
Why would you?
Who wants a raise?
I'm trying to think who's
Yeah, because
who's
the thing is,
team-
you're going to have to plug in a left tackle, which, granted, as good as Trent Williams is, you have to both plug him into
in.
on a team that's not good and pay them.
And
in.
pay him. That's now if you're close to
you
the
got to
top.
fully guarantee his last 2 years because these next 2 years aren't fully guaranteed. So that's
Well,
the,
that's
the
well,
opening
that's-
statement of
that
his
seems
new
like a pretty
contract.
fair request.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you're Washington, why are you not paying him again? You just spent a first round pick on a quarterback.
Yeah, that was my dumb. Like
Why-
I still don't understand that. Like just pay him and let's get him into camp and let's go back.
As we were talking about earlier, we talked about you should draft accordingly with these quarterbacks. That's the curse of a quarterback that's mobile because Luck was mobile. Watson is
Yep,
mobile.
exactly.
So they figure that they're going to get these
Oh,
guys
he can
figure
get away
they'll
from
get
it.
themselves out of trouble. It's
He'll be
like
all right.
with the way these guys move now. Come on, man.
Help him help himself.
Speaking of holdouts in that division, you see the offer they gave Zeke
I did.
in between Le'Veon and Gurley.
Which to me
Making-
personally is actually
It's a
a
fair
good
offer.
it's a good well no, one of the biggest reasons it's a good offer is because Gurley's deal is a bad deal.
Yes.
They made a
So far,
As much
he
as
might
I-
have been injured last year. So
as
far,
I hope Todd Gurley's healthy. I still
He
think that
doesn't
deal
look-
was,
he
I
doesn't
still
look like
think
he
that deal was
believes.
probably a mistake just by how they did it
Yeah.
and that much money that fast, everything else.
here's the thing, though, man.
But he's never going to take a deal that doesn't pay him number one.
yeah, that's the way these things go. That's the way they go. They should have
mean,
paid him.
well-
They should have paid him before Le'Veon got paid. That's the way these things go. The next guy becomes the top guy, and because the salary cap's going up,
Yeah.
that's just the way it goes.
And you can say this for him too. Both Le'Veon and Todd Gurley were both out of their rookie contracts. He's still got 2 years
Todd
on
Gurley
his-
wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
Todd Gurley was not.
Todd Gurley was not. Todd
They didn't
Gurley-
have to pay Todd
They didn't have
Gurley
to pay
then.
him.
Oh, they just chose to.
They
They
chose
just
to.
chose to. That's why it was a bad deal.
I don't think it was a bad deal. I mean, honestly, the dude was
It was
to-
just a deal. It was
to
a deal
me-
for business.
to me the guy should have been MVP of the league that the year before that. So
I'll tell you-
once
I'll-
Wentz got hurt, yes.
You know what? I'll
Once
tell
Wentz
you.
got
I'll
hurt,
tell you
yeah.
why it wasn't a bad deal, though, Dave. Because when they paid him, they weren't expecting to go to the Super Bowl the next year or in 2 years. That wasn't really the thought. They were still paying
I'm not
him.
sure, I'm not sure that's the case.
what?
When they
What?
jumped up, I think they
When
were
they paid
expecting
him,
a lot.
Rams-
when
Yes.
they paid
Listen,
him, he
listen,
wasn't. They
listen.
weren't expected.
The
to do
Rams had
anything
a
yet.
home playoff game the year before. They won the division. They have a quarterback still on his rookie contract. They were expecting.
They
to go
were
to the Super
expecting to
Bowl.
make a
They
run.
didn't
When
bring-
did they
didn't
pay
bring in-
him?
They didn't bring in Sue
Before last season.
They didn't bring in Sue so they could rebuild.
Yeah. Goff was just in his second year last year.
Nope. It was
Goff was in his third year last year.
His
Last
first
year
year
was
was
his third year.
It's
Yeah.
hard to think of the first year because
it
that
was
was a
so
Jeff
terrible.
Fisher year.
But then the second year is when he got with McVay, and they went to the playoffs. He had that improvement, and then last year was Super Bowl.
But see,
very right.
as much as we're talking
I
about the
stand
Zeke
corrected.
deal and Todd Gurley and this and that, can anybody explain why they have 3 high-profile offensive players that need to get paid, and they went out of their way to pay Jalen Smith already?
Because he's their actual best player.
I'm not disagreeing, but your problem is for the optics portion for those guys. I mean, listen, I wish the worst on the Cowboys at all times, but
because here's the thing. It was about to be. Here's the thing. The thing with that is you can't. This is why I was saying before, the guy you got to pay first is Amari, because you can't afford for him to go into the season and outplay what you could have gotten for at a discount. So if you got to pay Jalen now because they know how good he is,
right?
And he's about to have a season where he just fills up his stat sheets, and then you can't franchise everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and you can't afford him. You're gonna end up losing somebody. So who control you can control. My thing is just sign everybody. Get $1 under the salary cap. It's an NFL contract. It don't mean nothing. Just rework it later.
I'm with what we were talking about. I'm with what
later.
we were talking about the last week, where we were basically saying, just Tom Brady it. Pay this man half of what he would get, and
But
then
see,
put the rest of it,
and then
off
lie
books.
about the rest of it,
Yeah,
and just give it
lie
to him.
and just give it to him.
Like the
and then
Patriots do.
and then it's not tapped, and you can pay that man up front. So it's like he's good, he's happy.
But if it was that
he's gonna be
easy,
a good-
everyone would do it.
Everyone would
No,
do it.
but see, they should. I would.
They can't. Everyone can't do it. That's the see.
Like you can't. Like
Because
you
if
can't pay him,
if everyone did that, then the Players Association would get involved. They'd be like, okay, hold up. Now you're bringing out everyone's market value. So if my guy gets franchised,
Correct.
instead of making 15
True.
million, now he's making 9 million. You know what I mean?
No, it's. I mean, it's true.
That's a pretty
Well,
deep.
them,
It's true.
the agents, everybody. You have a lot of people who
What
are
do you
paid
mean? What
based
about
off
the
of.
agents?
I'm talking about.
The agent is getting cut in on that. That isn't an issue for him. His money's quiet
Sometimes.
too. No, shoot, bump that. Here, give me this.
You
give me
think
this
you can
soundbite.
keep that many people quiet?
But I'm also saying the agents. Part of their thing is
You
I
think
get
you
my
can keep-
player this.
You think you
on,
can
wait.
keep that many
Hold on, wait. Hold on,
agents
wait.
quiet?
Agents don't
Kareem,
stay quiet.
Kareem,
Agents.
if I'm like this, Kareem, here's $20 million. You shut up. Okay, boss. You ain't saying nothing to nobody.
Hey, you hear how you said that? How'd you
Yeah.
say that? Say it again.
Why'd you have to say it like that?
Okay, boss.
Yep.
They'd stay quiet.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Agents will be writing a book in 2 weeks.
Well, not just that, but
If things go south,
This is what I'm
now,
telling
if-
you.
if
but they wouldn't
the-
even get south. They would use that as their pitch to their next players. Like,
Listen.
not only do I get them this, but I get them this on the back end.
Maybe not Clutch Sports. Maybe they won't say nothing. But Drew Rosenhaus would.
Oh, Drew Rosenhaus
You
can't
see what
stop
I'm, you see
himself.
what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at?
Drew Rosenhaus.
See where I'm getting at?
Drew Rosenhaus has been a part of more dirty deals than you ever could imagine in your entire
I'm sure
life.
he's probably called the cops more times than Clutch Sports too. They love snitching.
Oh my God! All
love
right.
snitching.
All right, next team, the Oakland Raiders of Las Vegas are 3-0.
I think they're gonna be better than people think.
I think they're gonna be all right.
I think Gruden is still a bad coach.
I think
Whoa,
Denver.
whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
think
whoa,
Denver
whoa,
is.
whoa,
I think
whoa,
Denver's
whoa.
not any good.
Whoa.
And I think the Chargers are
They're
gonna
the third
come
best
back.
team in their division.
But I think the Chargers are also gonna come
John
back. down to
Gruden
earth.
has never been a bad coach, ever in his life.
He was bad last
John
year.
Gruden has never been a. John Gruden has
He had
always,
a trash team though.
John Gruden has always been a bad talent evaluator. When the two guys get together, it makes him look bad as a coach because he's terrible at bringing in players. The guy brought in, thought he could make Bruce Gradkowski a star. Thought he could make Chris Sims a star quarterback.
That's
This
it.
guy, you know what I'm saying? But that's also because he did turn Rich Gannon into a star. He did win a Super Bowl with Brad Johnson. But
It's
John
also true.
Gruden can coach. John Gruden can't GM.
We know
He
we
can't do both. Even
No,
though
no,
he's
no,
being-
no.
Even
Now
though
he
he's-
can't do both.
He can't
do one.
one.
Like, it's the one that he just can't do.
And he was
it's not
paid.
that he's
he was
good at
paid
one
to-
and good at one, but can't do them both.
I just don't know that we've seen enough evidence that he's a good coach now.
Oh,
Because
well,
I know
that's
his player
true. That's fair.
evaluation skills
That's
hampered him before.
fair.
That's still-
fair.
that's still to be determined.
But
That's still
that
to be
still doesn't
determined.
mean that we can call him bad. There's no evidence. There's no evidence that he's bad. He's never been
That's fair.
bad.
I'll agree with
coach.
you on that.
Now, also, he still doesn't have his team yet, but
Yeah,
they
no, that's
will.
true,
I
too.
feel
Antonio
like
Brown will
they
be there
will
week
improve. Understand, their starting running back was Marshawn Lynch last year, and he's selling bean pies now.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's in the next season of Westworld.
He didn't want. He just like, yo, I'm here for Oakland. That's it.
Yeah.
That was it. He was
That's
getting
it.
hypey on the bench.
The year before, he was almost getting into a fight with his own teammate over Marcus Peters. Like, come on.
Dude,
I
I will never forget my favorite Marshawn Lynch quote, which I'm sure this is probably something I should not say out loud, but when they were in the Mexico City game and he was talking about all the love they're getting, he's like, "Oh man, we got hella Mexes in the town."
Mexes?
Yes, that's exactly how he said it.
Me and Quan thought that was going to be way worse. Whoa.
But
And over and over and over.
Wow.
And
Redskins are probably going to trade Josh Doxson. That's a daggone shame. Anyway,
Yeah, people care about that. I know,
sorry.
But
it
I
just
think-
popped up,
I
popped
think
up on my
there's-
phone.
Actually, I like Josh Doxson coming out of
they
college. I really
do have some good. The kid Abrams is going to be good in the secondary.
Yeah, he's a scary looking
But-
kid.
If he can avoid fines.
Oh, he's going to get a couple.
Yeah, of course. But he's going to change the attitude out there, man. I'm not sure how much I like about. I'm not sure how much I like them. The pass rusher they got. Listen, I've been on hard knocks.
Clelin Ferrell?
Clelin Ferrell. I'm not a huge Ferrell fan. Never was. I thought they should have gotten Josh Allen, but whatever. I mean,
See, I always, for Hard Knocks, I never take Hard Knocks for if a team's going to be good,
no.
but Hard Knocks can tell you if a team's going to be bad.
Yeah, but you know what else it can show you? It can all. But I'm not looking for how good or bad they're going to be. What I'm looking at is how much are they believing in the coach? How is the coach getting through?
Knock on wood if you're with me.
How is the coach getting through to him? And if there's something about Gruden. And here's the thing: I've never been a Gruden fan.
He fires you up.
But the way he can
fires you
tear
up.
you down and build you up in the same sentence, like he can really be like, "Yo, what the bleep kind of pass was that?" Bow, hit you right in the chest, and like, come on, I know you're smart. You got the arm, make the throw. And I'm like, "Yo, Gruden's getting ready to tear his head." Oh,
that was dope.
John.
That was
You
dope.
know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
he has a way of getting to people, getting to players, and you can look at them like they would run through a wall for him.
Yeah.
And that's huge. That's a big thing.
For a
if
time.
they believe in the system.
For a time. He's
time.
got an expiration. Guys like him have a very clear expiration date.
Yeah, he's a very intense guy. All intense guy. Dick Vermeil was nice as
Yeah.
was as nice as can be, but he was really intense and he had an expiration date as well. But what does that matter? I mean,
Yeah.
Well-
his time was short in Oakland, and he
Say-
got him to, and
no,
he
but-
got them on the brink of Super Bowl. Time was short in Tampa Bay.
I think
He won a Super Bowl.
I think your expiration date is if you win. If you win, it continues to like.
Well,
if you,
it's prolonged because
look-
he was in Tampa longer than he should have been.
Yes, yes.
They were
yes.
struggling by the end.
He was general managing in Tampa longer
Too
than
long
he
than he should have been.
When
But
they actually fired him, they just made the playoffs. So I was shocked that they fired him.
Look, I mean, look
With
at
Jeff
New
Garcia.
England. Look at New England. Bill Belichick he's always ornery. He's never excited. He's never happy.
Yeah, but the difference
Like-
is he doesn't have that burn you out intensity. Because
No,
that
no,
intensity
that's
fires
true.
you up, but
That's
that
true.
intensity
Can burn you out. No, that's
it
true.
grates.
I don't
That's
know
fair.
if that is because
That's
remember
fair.
that story they had a couple years ago about the Garoppolo and Brady and Kraft and Belichick and blah blah. And one of the things they were saying was Brady was like, "Yo, I'm tired of all this. I'm tired of all the negative stuff. I'm living my
That's true.
life positive."
That's true.
And Belichick really was starting to grind him a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he was like, "Yo,
It's like, bro, I'm a freaking
I'm a Hall of Fame-
champion."
You're really you're gonna point out my interception? I know I threw a pick six. Like you don't think I know that?
I'm gonna go get seven.
He can be grinding. That's I
Yeah.
mean, but listen, I'm not in the rooms. I don't know. I can only go from
What you
what
hear,
we've
and
all-
what
what
leaks
we've all
out,
heard.
what leaks
Or
out.
what leaks out.
Yeah.
But nothing ever leaks out of New England.
Very little. That when
So
that started leaking out,
does-
it was like, man, that
came
was
from
bad
somebody.
News
That
bears.
came from somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course, listen, but you also have to remember how long have those two been together?
Yeah.
And you also have two people who are now considered
My
the best at
natural
what they
adult
do.
life.
and each one of them, is like, man, I wish I could win one without this.
Mm-hmm.
You think that?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
I think both of them,
that being said-
100%.
That being said,
Really?
how many playoffs has Tampa been to since John Gruden?
It's been
Zero.
real rough.
They haven't.
Zero.
They've not won.
Zero.
And that last year was that they went to the playoffs, or they got finished like 9-7 and didn't make it, or something
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, they were like 7-9.
My-
He never had like a fall off the cliff season.
No, we had like 1 year where the quarterback got hurt and he's
Yeah.
playing Bruce Gradkowski,
Yeah.
who
Who is his quarterback that was decent? I'm trying to remember who. Did he have Sean King?
no, Sean King was before him. Sean King was Tony Dungy,
Yeah.
but he had Jeff Garcia,
Sean King wasn't good either.
No, he wasn't.
Brad Johnson,
Brad.
Johnson, Jeff Garcia, Chris Sims.
Oh,
Booth.
I'm trying to think. He had someone else where like that was decent and then got hurt, and then there was the season where it was like just who's out there.
Josh
And I-
Freeman?
Yes.
I don't think he had.
Yes.
Oh, it was Josh Freeman.
Josh Freeman was the
after
guy
him.
after him. He was the coach after him, the black dude.
Man, talk about falling off a cliff.
That was the coach.
He was a defensive backs coach.
Rashad.
Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris. That's right.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
Josh.
That's Josh Freeman fell
Dang,
way off.
whatever happened to him? Good Lord. Good job, Dave. Dave, why do you have all this in the back of your head?
Way off a cliff.
I don't because I don't know anything worthwhile about
open
anything.
Clip. Like that's just like Josh Freeman.
I don't know anything about
what?
real life.
Yes, that's exactly who it was. that's crazy. Another phone call?
I just
No.
Another phone
no.
call?
I just think
No,
that
Shaka.
Shaka
Smart.
basketball, football, any sport, I think overly intense people, they have a real time limit.
I really think it just comes down to
Here's
winning.
the thing, though.
If you win,
When you got a 10
because if you win, that breeds the people that are on your team, your leaders can then teach everyone else the way, and then you don't have to grind as much.
But see, you usually don't get the win. Now Gruden got the win in Tampa. Now, granted, he got the win with Tony Dungy's people.
Year one too,
He got the win with Dungy's people, but
and a Redskin.
Dungy didn't do it.
Dungy didn't do it. That's correct. Dungy went in and won with somebody else's people in Indianapolis. So
no, those are his people. He had him for
Dungy
like
been
4
there for a
years.
minute.
He was there for like he wasn't Gruden that just fell in, was like off the plane, was like, oh, Super Bowl.
Gruden won it in 2002. 2002
yes,
season.
so it was 2002. Yeah,
That's when Dungy went to
Indianapolis.
sorry, yeah, he was a
And he
couple
didn't
years
win.
later.
He didn't win
So
until
it
like
was
07.
06.
But it's not like they
06
turned over the whole
season.
team.
06 season.
And they also he also didn't touch the offense. He was just like, Peyton said, no, this is my guy, and you don't mess with anything that we do. It's like, okay.
You act like Gruden touched the defense. I wouldn't.
Warren Sapp and
I don't think Gruden touched much of anything.
Oh, he touched that off. Well, oh, boy. He touched the offense for sure.
Well, that's true. I mean,
Brad Johnson was
had
never that good
had a
before,
very
never
year.
that good again. They weren't.
never that good. He was a Pro Bowler in the Redskins 2 years prior. Yes.
Well, okay,
He had a decent year in Minnesota.
he was never
too.
that good. The Tampa Bay good. I'm saying the Tampa Bay was his best year.
No, that wasn't even his best year. He was just decent.
This is his most successful year. I mean,
He won a Super Bowl, but he wasn't. He
wasn't
threw-
having the
he
year
threw
like
for-
Gannon had.
Yeah,
Gannon was the
no,
MVP
he was. He
No,
was nuts.
God, no.
Brad
His running back
Johnson
was
a.
Michael Pittman.
Why? Why do you guys remember that? I remember that too, but that's pretty good.
Running back was Michael Pittman. I'm telling you, Gruden had to do something. He didn't just throw him out there.
Work
You
done
know what
too.
I mean?
Work done still was there.
I don't think Work Done was there anymore.
He wasn't in Atlanta in 2002.
I think it was. Work
He-
Done
he-
got there about the same time as Vic. I think that was the first year without Work Done. Actually,
Was Allstott still there?
Allstott, I believe, was still there.
Yeah, All-Star got a ring.
Fair enough. All right, what else you guys got? What you got? Anything, Dave? Before we shut this thing down.
Gosh, there's talk about Dwight Howard. There it is.
Talk about Dwight
Number
Howard
39.
Number 39 getting
Steven Jackson.
$14,000 a day after what is it? October 21st.
After October 21st.
And he's owed nothing. Has any team ever
Disrespected a Hall of Famer like
been
that,
so clear about a Hall of Famer? Like, listen, the moment
bro.
you fart on the team plane, you're out.
I'm not sure I even would have took it if I was him. I'd have been like,
You
know
are
what?
worth
No.
Kareem. You're worth a bag of chips.
Who else is
to
he
me.
gonna? Where else is he gonna go? This is clearly the option that he
Somewhere.
has.
Somewhere.
I don't think there is somewhere because
Not
Memphis
anywhere
wasn't
that's-
bringing him into
that's-
camp.
Nowhere that he actually has a potential chance to win. And even though I don't think the Lakers are going to win,
I don't think
he
that-
still has the thought of winning. Sorry, Quan.
Listen, I understand that, but damn, that contract.
That contract was.
I'd have been like, man, somebody will give me something more better than this.
Just let me on the team, baby.
Yeah,
like
I don't even mind so much like the money, just the fact that they can just be like, all right, well, see you later.
Well, but
I'd be
you
like,
know
nah,
what?
bro,
He believes this.
Didn't get
and,
back on
And here's your
defense.
thing. One, Dwight's made a ton of money.
yeah.
Number two,
it's not the money.
he's pitching to everybody that he is a changed man. The only way that anyone's ever going to believe him is if he takes a deal like this. Because if not, he would have been just sitting there with Memphis, collecting his checks, not going to camp, not on the bench, not anywhere near that young team.
and collect your checks. Like he's got a pretty big contract.
Well, listen,
You want to win.
he's still,
you do want to win.
they still had to eat that buyout part.
Yeah, you do want to win.
I
I mean,
understand.
at least in theory.
Here's my
people say they
thing.
wanna win.
Again, I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about the way that it's
Structured.
worded.
Oh, no,
Structured
they're
to where it
very
could just be-
clearly
where it could just be like,
disrespecting the
oh,
man
no,
on
it's
his way in.
It's
that's what I'm saying.
disrespect.
That's my point. Like
Oh, no,
I feel like
yeah,
they're going
agreeing.
out of their way to be blatantly disrespectful to him. That's the one part where I'd
But
be like,
don't
nah,
you think
bro,
maybe
change
he's broken now? You think that Dwight Howard is hurt enough to where you're just like, you know what?
Maybe that's
I
me.
got to show him.
Maybe that's just me.
But that doesn't make it a good thing. They're taking advantage of a broken man. That doesn't make it okay.
But I mean, look at this guy. It wasn't that long ago that he was a force. He was
Wasn't
one
that
of
long
the
ago he
best
was-
players in the league.
Wasn't that long ago he was actually on the Lakers?
It was kind of a long time ago. This is 2013.
12, right? 12, 13?
2013. Yeah, 12, 13.
6 years.
6 years.
Locking at 6
Bruh,
years.
six
That's,
years.
That's a full
But
prime.
we're acting like
Did you know
he
who the
never had a
president was
good
going to be
game.
6 years ago? Nope. A long time ago.
Didn't see that coming.
But I mean, you also remember he had some good games in Houston. Him
He
and
was
Harden
good
didn't
in
work.
Charlotte.
He was good until
That
his
was supposed to
butt
be his
gave out in
his
DC.
renaissance.
No, Atlanta, he was bad.
That's supposed to
I
be his
said
renaissance
check out
here.
Atlanta.
He said DC. In Charlotte, was supposed to, that was supposed to be his renaissance here. People were like, "Wow, this is the Dwight we remember." This
Yeah.
is, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's true.
But they still traded him, and
They couldn't wait to get rid of him.
I don't know if they couldn't wait to get rid of him. I just think the guy who's doing the trades is bad at doing the trades.
Well, that's always been the case there.
I think that's what it is. But
I
they
mean-
didn't get nothing in return. It was his best year in years.
You look at it, and every team so far, when he's leaving, they're happy to have him gone.
Bye, Dwight.
Is that true though?
Thanks
I mean,
for not staying.
listen. The thing about it is though, like we heard that same exact thing about Russ. I even said it, like about Russ. Everybody leaves. They're all happy to leave, but that's only because Russ never came out, or the other people never came out and said, no, that's not true. Until finally Paul George said, no, that's not true. You know what I mean? So,
I was gonna
A
say
lot of-
you better clean that up a little bit.
a lot of times these narratives get put out there, and that's just what people are gonna think because that's what they've heard. And players aren't on Twitter as much as we are, so they don't hear it as much. They don't know how bad it is. You know what I mean?
I think
Carmelo
players
didn't
are
know
on
how
Twitter.
bad his reputation was until one day he was like,
Well,
hold up, is this bad in these streets? You know what I'm
I
saying?
think Carmelo just
should've-
flat out
I should have
didn't
said
care.
something 2 years ago.
I think Carmelo flat out didn't care.
The interview with McGregor the other day. I'm sure he was at the time. He was probably like, I can do, I can do whatever I want.
Let's save that for later because I have some thoughts on that.
Later?
My-
We didn't talk about it Thursday?
We
Oh,
talked
it's
about
lit.
it.
my thoughts. I know you guys talked about it, but I was like,
I wasn't
Oh,
here.
that's right. You guys weren't here.
I wasn't here yet.
Quan and I talked
I
about
got
it.
some thoughts on that garbage interview.
Garbage
You're
interview. Insane.
Oh no, not today.
Such a soft pedal interview.
I'm
Oh, my
running. I'm
Lord.
running out of time.
Soft pedal.
Oh yeah,
I'm rounding
soft
third.
Ariel soft pedal that whole interview, which is I'm sure exactly what Connor wanted.
Well, I mean,
You
I'm
needed
sure
a-
that's
you-
also what the UFC and ESPN wanted too.
Of course, but you know what? I don't want to hear anything about how it was a great interview. It wasn't a great interview. It was a nice Conor McGregor puff piece.
Fair.
I don't consider it a puff. I
I can give you puff piece.
I think it was really insightful. I think he said a lot of things we never would have known. We never knew.
Didn't know he had a broken
Didn't
foot.
know he had a broken foot. Didn't know he had a broken hand. Didn't know he was about to fight Gaethje. Didn't know he was about to fight Frankie Edgar. We didn't know that Max Holloway was on his list. We had no idea about this stuff. I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't call it just a fluff piece. Like it was insightful.
I don't buy a
but that's
lot of that,
That's
though.
because he's
No.
insightful. He's insightful.
He's
Connor?
Mystic Mac. Let
Connor's a
him be
great
Mystic
talker.
Mac.
Connor's a great talker. I
You
just
don't buy what? You think that
every one of those fights, I don't know that he was just about to fight all those different people. There was
Well,
a
why
lot
else
of it
would
that
he
rang
be-
false to me.
why else would he be training if he
What?
wasn't
Oh
about
no,
to
I know
do
he's
a
I
fight?
know he's about to fight somebody.
What do you think?
I think he's gonna fight Holloway.
50, what are your odds on Quad throwing up in the in the bathroom right now?
The second he sees that toilet, probably 100.
Oh yeah,
'Cause-
you could be 100% healthy. Go
Yeah,
in there and look,
I haven't
start dry
I haven't
heaving.
looked in that stall in months. I looked in there one time, made the biggest mistake I ever made in this building.
What do you mean? Just
It's a crime scene in
It's-
there,
it's-
man.
oh, come
it's
on, you wipe it off,
brutal.
and then go to the bathroom.
Nope, you sure don't. You know what you do? You go to the girls' bathroom.
Oh,
Sorry about your luck,
oh
ladies.
no!
You better knock first.
You ever
if
see
this
the movie?
stall is a rockin'.
You ever see the movie Dogma
those
where,
legs
This-
sure
where
look
they had the
stalls
poop
are-
demon come
it's
out of the
rather
toilet?
mannish.
Stop.
It sure has a lot of hair
stall
on
is
those
a rockin'.
legs.
This door I'll be locking.
Hello.
Ooh, housekeeping. No, thank you.
Yikes. Ariel, is that you? Not in here today.
No. This is this is Bernice. You don't know me.
I am Jeff.
Oh my gosh, that's too good.
You might think I'm Kareem, but we're cousins. I sound kind of like him.
I happen to wear the same size shoes as him.
We trade shoes.
We do instead of high fives, we do high feet.
Oh my god. All right, I'm
Yikes.
sorry. That's on me. I apologize. So,
It's-
Kareem, you got anything going on this week? What plans do you have?
We all got stuff this weekend.
Man, I got 2 fantasy drafts this week, bro. Listen to me. I'm about to dominate. I'm about to get in there. Just
All right, who's your number one draft pick? Like, what's your draft strategy?
He can't reveal that, man.
Can't really reveal that.
Oh, do your people
let me
watch?
tell you
Do your
something.
people watch?
In one league, I have the number 1 pick, and it's obviously definitely between Saquon, McCaffrey, and Kamara. That's it.
McCaffrey.
what you,
See, I see
I
McCaffrey.
love that you said a lot while saying absolutely nothing.
Well, I see McCaffrey getting hurt.
Is McCaffrey the first ever white overall first pick in fantasy
I don't
football?
know.
Running back.
I know, right?
Running back I can give you for
because
sure.
Peyton Manning probably was. What
Yeah.
about Peyton Hillis? Was he number 1 pick?
He didn't go number 1. Get out of here, Peyton Hillis.
That Madden year, maybe.
Madden year?
No.
I'm
He'd
sure
go number
someone
1.
pulled that off. So,
Someone that
He's
lived in
Madden
Cleveland
man.
probably pulled it up.
I
there.
doubt even then.
because shoot, Peyton Hillis had like 1,400 yards.
He had a great year.
He had a great
But
year.
people had a lot better.
Denver. In Denver. Everybody had a great year in Denver back then. That was when
Didn't-
Denver.
no, but didn't he
that was
do-
back when Denver was just churning out
no,
1,500
but
yard years.
he did it in Cleveland.
Cleveland. He went to Cleveland at
Yeah.
last couple games. He was like on pace for like 1,500 if he'd have stayed or something like that.
I'm just excited for the weekend, man.
What's going on this weekend?
First actual college football weekend.
Yep.
Not Miami and Florida looking terrible.
Yeah.
Loma's fighting.
Yep.
Lomachenko, the best boxer in the world, is fighting.
I get to figure out if I'm watching Florida State all year or just week 1.
If it's like last year, it's
like
just
last
week
year,
1.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know real early.
Well, if it's like last year,
It won't be
I
half
hope,
one. It
I
won't
hope,
be half one.
I hope Willie was renting. That's all I'm saying. I hope Willie was
I
renting.
feel bad for Willie, man. Like I want Willie to be good. Willie's a Florida State guy, but sorry, bro. It's dubs and L's and over here. That's it.
Miami brought in a
Still-
Miami guy. That didn't go so well either.
Still mad at Jimbo for how we handled that because that kind of
that whole Jimbo situation. I still don't get that.
See, that's what
That
kills
was
me. Is
crazy.
these guys
He
can,
waited like 80 years to be the coach. Was the coach for like 3 years and was like, I think I'm done.
Yeah, but no, but like,
but
like-
you
but
can
like
just go
12
take
minutes
another
before
job. But a guy,
kickoff.
but they get mad when guys want to transfer. I hate that garbage.
Yeah.
and it was so late. It was
Where is
so
he
late.
coaching now?
Texas A&M.
Yeah, that's hot trash.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
but
a
they
lot
got-
of
they got
money.
a lot of money.
It's
They
the
got
SEC.
a lot of money.
But I mean, more money than Florida State.
Texas
Yes.
A&M, yes.
Yeah.
Texas?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Without blinking an eye, they will pay more than Florida State could ever pay.
There's no oil in Florida.
I hate
Oil
you.
in Texas.
I hate you so much. All right,
I mean,
Dave.
they look oily. And
Dave, I'm not good at it, so you take us home. Get us out of here.
Well, that's our show for every day.
Ah,
For every day and today.
For every and
It was,
I think we're back Thursday, right? Back Thursday.
I mean, it's
I would
gonna deal
have
with Captain Spew over here. We'll see.
Captain Spew.
I
know he was
this
in
is your
the
guys'
back.
last week. But
Doing
before we sign off, this is your last week on Contender Series this week, right?
Yeah. Contender series tomorrow. I was at the weigh-in today.
So that's big. We have
fights look okay.
a UFC fight night, a fight early morning this Saturday,
Yeah.
3 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
It's on ESPN Plus, so I can't watch it
Yeah.
because they won't let me sign up
can
because I have to
come.
prove
They're against you.
I have to work. I'll be
Oh.
at work. That's
Oh.
the best part. Like I'll be at work watching this. This is great.
Maybe I can come.
Kareem, I'll see if I
Pull
go.
out the phone.
Kareem, I'll see if I can wake up, bring my iPad over.
Pull out the phone. All you gotta do is just say something.
I'm gonna remind you guys every single day. You know that, right?
Just remind me.
I was right. Hey,
Oh, I'm
I don't
lying.
live that
party
far.
at
I'm
party
lying.
at the bar,
See,
baby.
I knew it.
Dave, I'm in LA. My bad.
I knew you were
My
lying.
bad. I know. I legit.
You
I
wouldn't have
legit
done it
wanted to.
anyway.
I
Get outta
legit
here.
wanted to. I legit wanted to.
I don't live that far. I could probably do it.
I'll be in LA because Big 3 championship this week. Sorry.
Putting
Finally back on the plane.
How
always
is the
putting
Big Three
things in
doing
front of
now?
me. It's cool.
That's
How
all-
many more seasons of the Big Three are we going to see? 'Cause
all fair conversation.
all I know is I went on Laker the Ball Bounce the other day, and I got roasted for because I didn't think that the Big Three was doing the most business of any league all time that wasn't the NBA.
All fair conversation.
I remember that because they were like, well, why doesn't unspoken? Why didn't he just start his own NFL league? Grr. And I'm like, oh, Ice Cube did it. I'm like, they're 40 years old. They play half court. What are you talking about? It's
There's
not
no
the same.
there's no
it's not the
half court equivalent to football.
It's not the same thing.
You're playing two completions.
It's like, well, he didn't start his own league aside from the NBA. And where do you think he's getting the players from?
Barry Sanders is going to be the commissioner.
It's like it's all time. We got
get
all
to-
time quarterbacks. 2 completions is a first down.
Any deep bomb, you just got to let him go.
Gotta let him
Yeah.
go.
You got to let him go. Once it gets past 20, you just let him go. Just let him go. Don't
They
you
get
try
close.
to
They
chase
get close
him down.
enough, like, okay, good play.
All right, get me out of here. All right, Kareem.
That's it.
Hey,
Whole
pleasure.
show.
pleasure.
See you later.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Quan, for letting us spew our nonsense while you spewed in the bathroom.
Yeah.